Hi everybody, I'm Steele from Hot Pole Studios here, and today I'm going to do an unboxing video. It's going to be quite short, but it looks like it's going to take a little while. It's from SE Electronics, and they've sent me about half of their range. Now, big thanks to SE Electronics for sending these over. These are a loan, these are going back, this was not a gift or anything. And the reason they've sent me these is, to be completely honest, I asked for them. I'm doing a big drum production series that's coming up very soon. And so I thought it'd be nice to keep it kind of straight across the brand. So they've sent me a set of their drum microphones, a set of their sE8s, which I'm going to use as overheads, and a couple of their VR1s, which I'm going to use the ribbon mics as ambient mics as well. So let's start at the start, which is the one I have in my hand. That's the VR1 ribbon mic. Now, I've used the VR1 before. I loaned one from SE quite a while back when I did the speaker comparison with all the Celestion speakers. So let's have a look in here. You get quite a bit. You get a nice wooden box. You get behave. You get a shock mount, which is quite big and is. I suppose it's quite nice if you're using it like an ambient mic, like I'm planning on using, because it'll stop it from taking any knocks and bumps. But if you're using this as like a guitar cab mic, that's going to get in the way of your other microphones, which is why, as far as I can tell, they've also included, let's have a look. Yeah, they've included a little clip so you can do it straight to a stand, so it's quite small. Now over here, this is an SE Electronics R1, the old SE Electronics ribbon. Now I have two of these, and these have served me very well over the years. They're quite thick, quite big, quite chunky. They're quite dark sounding, and that can be really good for room mics, although I do have to scoop some mids out them to stop them sounding kind of honky. And they don't fare well on guitar cabs, because once the volume on the guitar cab goes up, these tend to kind of fart and overload, and it doesn't sound very nice. Even if you put like a pop shield in the way to make sure that they're not getting damaged, the sound just isn't right. It sounds as if it's going beyond its tolerance. Ooh, new mic smell. That's kind of a weird thing, but it is what it is. So, the mic itself. This thing is tiny. The VR1, I thought they'd be way bigger than this, just for scope, for scale. That's the old R1 ribbon, side by side. They are worlds apart. The VR1 is tiny. And that's great for me, because that means that I can get something like an SM57 right next to it on a guitar cab, and there's plenty of space there to get them both in the right place. And of course it won't affect if you're using it on drum ambience or anything. I could probably use this on overheads on drums, because it's quite light. It's got some heft to it, but it's not the weight of like a full tube condenser mic or something where you'd be terrified of it going over. These on a decent weighted stand shouldn't cause you any issues at all. Comes in a nice wooden case, and for the purposes of the drum videos, put that away, they have sent me that ×2. I'm going to put that and the completely unwrapped one down here. I don't need to show you the second one because it's exactly the same. Now onto the sE8s, which I have over here. I have two of the sE1As. They're not a matched pair, I got them separately because it was cheaper. This was back when I was a university student, so this is 12 years ago maybe that I got the sE1As. You can actually see on the surface of them that they're quite pitted from where they've been through hell with me. I've recorded all sorts with these. But the noise floor wasn't great. I mean, they were built to a very low price point. So years later, I upgraded to the sE5s, which are quite a big small diaphragm condenser. They're quite a large mic. And they have quite a bright sound all of their own. So enter the sE8s, which come in a case. So, just gonna put that down there. This is quite a nice presentation. The sE5s came in a case. The Gemini that I have came in a big case. So it seems the more you pay, the more stuff you get. So these come with regular clips. These don't come with shock mounts. The matched pair comes with a stereo bar, which it did with the sE5s. I mean, it's nice to have a stereo bar when you're working with a matched pair, because then you can make XY configurations, that kind of thing. And this is one of the sE8s. Just get that out there. And this is tiny and seems a lot more like something like a Neumann KM84, 184 even. And it's got a pad switch and a variable low cut switch with 80 and 160 hertz, which are indented. You're going to have to get some sort of little pen, ballpoint or a needle or something to change them, which does mean they're probably going to get scratched up over the years, whereas the sE5 has quite big stick out clicky things which I can just change at a moment's notice with my hand, which I always liked. But if the upside of the change is that the sound is incredible, which apparently they are, and I'll try that very soon, then hopefully that little change will be worth it. I like to use Neumann KM184s on guitar cabs, so I'm going to be seeing how these do on that, as well as acoustic guitars, of course, and drum overheads. So we're going to move on from that to the big tamale. This is the heart and soul of the drum recording gear. So let's have a look here. So this is an SE Electronics V7X. So I've been using a V7 as a vocal mic for about a year now, and it's been really, really good. The V7X is to the V7 what the SM57 is to the SM58. They're very similar, but this is slightly smaller. It's geared more towards recording instruments, but it's that same kind of tight supercardioid pickup. And that's got a mic clip that goes with it. This is going to be a big beast. Although this is a little smaller than I thought it would be. But I'm not complaining. This is the V-Kick. So this is the big chunky kick drum mic. But it's got two switches in the back of this for the mid-range and the presence to be either classic or modern. So I'm guessing it can be more like a D112, or it can be like more like an Audix D6, or maybe you can even voice it to be quite extreme. We'll see, because if it's quite extreme, I've got a Shure Beta 91A, which I might sell if I don't need it. So that screws straight onto a stand, which saves it coming off a clip. That's quite nice. So let's have a look at these. These are the V-Beats, and there are three of them, so I'm only going to open one. But this comes on its own stand already. And this is the same as the V7X, apparently, but comes mounted, so there's no big bit. So this is nice and clean, and is going to be that's going to be really nice on toms. Having said that, I might do a two-tom setup, have one of these on the snare if these are the same, and have this underneath the snare. That way, I've got a nice clean all SE setup. And I don't have to use my V7, which is really a vocal mic, on the undersnare. But yeah, this clips onto a tom on the hoop and then just locks down, and it seems like it comes with an extra locking hoop, probably for if you lose one, by the look of it. Can't quite tell because I can't see any way of that going on there. But yeah, they'll clip onto your toms. And it's quite chunky. It's a dynamic mic, which means it's not going to break anytime soon, even with idiot drummers hitting them. I mean, not to say that every drummer's an idiot, but I've met a few. And that is that, because they're identical. Those sE8s, if you want, can go in here. There's space for a little more stuff as well. I think that's the clips for the sE8s can go in there. And there's an extra clip there. There's loads of stuff to go at here, and I'm excited to be using it all. So I'm going to be doing videos for these microphones specifically to see what they sound like up against their competitors in their relative fields on the relevant sources. So in this case, the V7X is going to go on guitar cabs as well as drums. The sE8s are going to go on guitar cabs, acoustic guitars, as well as said drums. The Ribbons are also going to go on guitar cabs as well as room mics. And I'm going to try them on acoustic guitars as well, maybe blend them in with another mic. So there's so much to go at here, even before we start talking about the drum production. But stick around for those drum videos, because what's coming up there is we're doing at least one video, if not a series, with code drum heads about thicknesses and types of drum heads and how much they can affect what you do. And also I'm going to be doing a series about the size of the drum room and how that can affect the tone. It might sound obvious to you between a tiny room and a big room, but we're going to do really big and crazy big as well, and see at what point the close mics stop caring and at what point it just becomes about blending in the ambience and that kind of thing. See what difference it makes. So hopefully you stick around for those, and if you do, I'll be here waiting for you and very grateful as always. So yeah, thanks to SE again for sending these over for these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, feel free to check out our other videos, as you can find here, or check out our Facebook and Twitter, or our Patreon page, which helps us to make more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.